Welcome to Unit 5, which is called Introduction to Maths, and this is in Real Shanghai Mathematics Practice Book 2.2, which is the second and final book of Year 2, as the books consist of only 2 parts within each year. This consists of 2 parts. The first of them is referred to as light and heavy, and this is what is referred to regarding maths. So sometimes we call maths the weight. Here more accurate is to say maths, but anyway, moving on. Page 60, compare first and then order. So question 1, Alex uses length of elastic to hang up the toy, so elastics to hang up the toy, and order them to the lightest and heaviest. So with the elastic, the heavier the object is, the further down it will go. So order them from the lightest. So the lightest will be, and you need to put the numbers, would be 3, and then would it be a 4, 2, 1, and then a 5. A 5 being the heaviest, because it's the furthest down. And then the other way of measuring light and heavy would be by scales. So the ones which is heavier would be further down. So in this case, the heaviest would be the heaviest would be the apple, and then the pear is heavier than the grape, so that would be the next heaviest. And the lightest would be, write a star in the bracket, so the heaviest in the circle and the lightest. Okay, and the lightest would be grape, so we don't have to put anything in the pear one. The heaviest is apple and the lightest is grape. And then moving on to 3, write numbers in the brackets below in order to order the objects from the lightest to heaviest. So you just need to take all the information in to work out what's going on. So they'll be balanced by different cubes. So the one which is balanced by the most cube will be the heaviest, so that's the apple. And then so we're going from lightest to heaviest. The lightest one will be a strawberry, and then the next one will be the one with the 3 cubes, which will be the orange, and then the banana, and then the apple. Be a little bit harder, as we've said before. Think about the problem and write your answer in the brackets. So we have to take quite a few things into consideration to work out. So we're trying to work out how much one melon is compared to cherries. So we have to take it step by step. So the orange, it looks like an orange right at the bottom, is 5 cherries, and then 3 of those are the same as 2 apples. So 3 oranges will be the same weight as 5 times 3 cherries, so 15 cherries. And then 15 cherries will be the same as 2 oranges, 2 tomatoes. I'm not sure what those shapes are. And then we go with 2 tomatoes. How many tomatoes? We've got 2, 4, 6. So 15 are the same as 2, and 6 would be 3 times the amount. So that'll be 15 times 3, and that should be the answer for the melon. So you just have to work it out. And then moving on to, as I said, B are a bit more difficult. So if your child struggles, just help him. And if you both struggle, or you don't want to do it, then, as I say, not an issue with B's. B's are a step ahead, and probably just gives you an indication. If they can do B easy, then they're well on track, and they're probably finding this material quite easy and can go through it at a full pace, which is great to see. Moving on to the next one, which is the second part and the final part in this short unit, recognizing and calculating grams and kilograms. So the units, as we measure things in terms of measurement, we've done before: centimeters, meters, millimeters. So those are to do with lengths, how long things are, how short things are, how tall they are, the width and length, and so on and so forth. In terms of heavy and light, in terms of measuring that, putting them onto a scale or measuring their weight or mass, technical term more correct is mass, would be grams and kilograms. Okay, so it would be grams and kilograms, and 1,000 kilo stands for 1,000. So kilograms, let's just write it here then. So one kilogram, and the kilogram can be shortened by a K and a G, is equal to 1,000 gram. Okay, so the main thing to get your head around first of all is gram is a smaller one, and kilogram, more words, more letters, kilogram is 1,000 gram. 1,000 gram, and that's what you need for this one. And then moving on to question 1, which is page 62, choose suitable units. So if it's something which is quite light that you can pick up yourself, then we're talking about grams. Something heavier, difficult to pick up, then generally talking about kilograms. So 450 a ball is something that can be picked up. It's grams. Book is a gram. Duck, 4 grams would be tiny, so this will be kilograms. And 498, something very, very large, is going to be kilograms. Estimate and match. So in terms of estimation, the heaviest item is 30 kilograms, so we would probably go with the goat, and the next heaviest would be probably the chicken, and then you have to decide between the egg and a pear, which way around it is. I'd probably go with pear being heavier than an egg, although I'm not too sure. Again, it's more about concepts. Question 3, you write your answers in the brackets. 2 kilograms is equal to, well, 1 kilogram is 1,000, so it's 1,000 times 2, so that'll be 2,000. And kilogram, 5,000 grams. 5,000 grams equals how many kilograms? So how many kilograms? So I'm not sure if this has been covered before. So let's cover it quickly. So timesing by 10. Okay, timesing by 100. Timesing by 1,000. Again, very straightforward, because all we do is add the zeros. Add zeros. So I don't know, let's say 95. Let's go 95. This was 95. What happens? We just add a 0, 1 0, because of that. So that'd be 950. Okay, and here I'm not going to write it down. If it's 95 times, it'll be 2 zeros. So it'll be 95 and then 2 zeros here. And if it's 95 again, it'll be 3 zeros. And the backwards also the true. So if you're going to do, let's go with, I don't know, 9, 8. Let's go with 0, 0, 0. If you're going to divide by 1,000, say 1,000, then instead of adding the zeros, we get rid of zeros. So if it's 1,000, we got 1,000 has 3 zeros, we get rid of the 3 zeros, so it becomes 98. Okay, so something that hopefully you've picked up before, but if you haven't, that's how to do that. That will help you with these questions. Question 3, so 8,000 grams is going to be equal to how many kilograms? Again, kilograms is much heavier, so it's going to be smaller number. So you divide by 1,000. 8,000 divided by 1,000 is 8, and so on and so forth. And 7 kilograms is going to be the same as 7 times 1,000, 7,000. Question 4, just getting you to familiar with greater than or less than or equal to in the boxes there. So 1,500 grams is the same as 1 kilogram and 500 grams. Again, 1,000 grams is the same as 1 kilogram, so that's 1,000 grams. And then 500 grams are the more ones, which is like 5 to 100 grams there. So it would be that, and the others should be fairly straightforward. So we do the last one. 1,600 grams is going to be the same as 1 kilogram, 600 grams. So you try to get to the same unit, and then it'd be much easier for you to do it. Either convert the kilograms into grams or the other way around, if you're struggling. Question 5, A and B. Dylan weighs 35 kilograms, which is 25 kilograms lighter than mom. So Dylan is lighter than mom, so therefore mom's going to be more. So it's going to be 35 plus 25. Carton weighs 200 grams, and a box of milk is 8 cartons. So how heavy is the box? It's going to be 8 lots of 200, so 8 times 200. 8 times 200, and then that'll give you 1,600 grams, and you can change that into 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram, 600 grams, or just leave it 1,600 grams, should be fine. Level B, which is a little bit harder normal, which is heavier, 1 kilogram of cotton or 1 kilogram of iron. So the point is, heavier is to do with the mass, and the mass here is the same. Okay, so the heavier, not to do with density, so the weight is going to be the same, because we're saying the weight is that much. Obviously, you're going to need a huge amount of cotton and much less of the iron to get the equivalent, but the weight, the mass is the same in both, so it's going to be the same. B2, how can a weighing scale be used to measure the mass of a baby? When a mom stands on the weighing scale, holds the baby, the mass is 66. What do you need to know? So if your mom and the baby sits on the scale, then you 66. What do you need to know if you want to calculate the baby's mass? Well, you need to know the mom's weight without the baby, and then you can subtract the 2 and get the answer. And then there's the next one. If mom weighs 61 kilograms, how much the mass? So it'll be 66 take away 66 take away 61. The answer should be 5 kilograms. And with that, we end this unit. Thank you for your time. Please do share and subscribe and like, and place comments below, which would be a great encouragement for me to carry on. and I'll see you in the next unit.